As a world coin collector, I like to dabble in purchasing international banknotes or paper money. And it's been a while since I have bought anything off of eBay. I've noticed a lot of the eBay bulk lot dealers will take a picture of everything you're going to get in the lot. And after you buy two or three of those, you start seeing a lot of the same banknotes over and over. Now, almost always it's going to be from a country that, compared to the United States, has a currency that is not worth a whole lot, and that's to be expected for the price point. But there was one dealer I found, and I think I bought this about 3 years ago. I found a dealer named Shipwrecked Gift Shop who had was a sent a true mystery lot of banknotes, and I enjoyed it. And I bought a different one that had a different kind of listing. The first one I bought was he essentially said it was banknotes with a little bit of value, and I think I paid maybe $20 for 25 banknotes. I'm just guessing here because it's been 3 years and I can't look it up anymore. And I added up the book value, which I didn't have a catalog back then, but the catalog value of them was over $100. And then I thought that was so interesting that I bought another lot from him that he called essentially the junk pile, which was torn, dirty, well worn, well probably folded up. And when I opened that one up, it was very enjoyable to look through. It didn't have any value like was advertised, but they were still fun. There were a lot of notes from especially Venezuela and Yugoslavia, and you see those a lot on here. Well, it's been 3 years. I figure he might have different things that he's handing out. This one wasn't, is a different kind of lot. He called this one the most varied lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this envelope. We're going to look at them, and I'm going to react to them. I'll probably recognize many of them, but not all of the countries that they're from. And then after we kind of go through them, I'm going to take a moment and actually look them up in the Kraus catalog and see if there's anything noteworthy about all these. So let's tear it open or slice it open, hoping that there's no actual banknotes that are on the other side of the envelope right here. And which side is up? Got to, one thing I thought was interesting about the last one that I bought was it was the same price to get 50 junk notes or 25 good notes. So this one is called the one lot of 50 different world foreign banknotes, longtime collector value. I think that means that he is a longtime collector. And looking in the window there, of course, is something that I don't know if that is Thai or another, what that's going to be, but looks like I've got something else to tear open here. Let's get past the tape, just so they don't slide around in here. And he's definitely doesn't want to throw away envelopes if he's going to sell a lot of banknotes. And that looks like the back. So you can see some things that are not uncirculated in here, but I think we're finally onto what we're looking at here. So we're going to start with, let's see, I'm thinking this is Thai. See a date of 2002 in very small print across the top. I said before I like to dabble in banknotes because they make for interesting looks. Here it tells us this is Cambodia, and it's a 2022 note on here. So there you go. I must have seen, it's the number 200 that is in very tiny print on here. So this is something that's brand new. I definitely would not have gotten this in the lot 3 years ago. So it was interesting how with the previous lots there were, he charged the same price for 50 junk or 25 good. So this is a 50 good lot, so I need to pick up the pace a little bit. I have received a lot from Vietnam from different dealers over the year, but I don't think I have the 1,000. I believe it was the 200 that was very common, had a truck on the back. Nope, now I see the elephant. I may have had this one already, but still in, at least it's uncirculated. And I see, I'm hoping that there's going to be some polymer notes or at least some interesting security designs on here. This one looks like another Cambodian note. Sure enough, this one is Cambodia with the 2002. And so I mentioned before, there were a lot from Venezuela. I don't remember one with 3 lines through it. I don't know if that is something new. It is from, they redesigned their currency in 2018, used a lot of the same themes and same design, but they're all sideways with the someone important from history on this side and an animal on the other side. The animal must be the anteater. And I see would need to hold that up to a light, but there's a kind of a watermark image of probably this individual on there. Here we go with the anteater. In front of a thunderstorm, so that's kind of cool to see that kind of design. We've got the 20, and now we've got I like the security thread on this one. This is also from the 2018 series. I see written right there. I do remember this portrait, and as I said, I think with the old series and the new series, they reused the portraits, reused the animals. So going from memory, I'm not going to remember which ones I do and don't have. But not only is there a security thread that goes through the money, you can actually see where it's torn to kind of go through, kind of weave its way in and out. But it's not seen on the other side with a jaguar. I guess that's a jaguar. What does it say? Yeah. Or in Spanish, that is jaguar. But looking at I can't see the reflection on that side, so got to get in the light. BCV written through that security thread. That's interesting. The anteater in Spanish is called a oso palmero. Have another from Venezuela. This one's going to be the 50, and again we have the same security thread going through it. By the way, I paid $15 for this lot, maybe a little bit less. So if you're trying to see what we're trying to, that would be about 3 for $1. So 50 bolívares. Look at the portrait there, and on the back, the animal is I guess that's a cougar. I think they say Canaguaro on that one. So we're seeing a mix of things that are and are not uncirculated. Here is one from India, 1 rupee. Date on this one of 2018, so that's probably newer than any rupee coin I have, and I do have coins that have a design very similar to that. Next is going to be something with rubles on it. That is not Russia, but it is 2000. I think, based on the name right there, I believe that says Belarus. So 10 rubles from Belarus, year 2000. And we're going to have another from Belarus, I believe. This one is going to be 1,000 rubles. $19.98. And I wouldn't have known what that was if I hadn't looked it up before. The largest one we've seen so far, I'm thinking this one is probably going to be from Iraq. And that's going to be 25 for the denomination. Going to look at the horses on here. Central Bank of Iraq, 25 dinars. And I'm looking for a year, but don't see one on here, unless it's, well, no. That's the serial number in that corner, maybe. Not sure if that's a date on there. If that's the date, then it's 1900 something. 1982, maybe? All right. This has a similar design to the last one, so I'm guessing this one's another one from Iraq. Not sure who the ruler of Iraq was before Saddam Hussein, but I guess that's who that's going to be. A number of 10 dinars. Let's see if that blue streak right there is a security feature or if it's damage. Almost looks like someone set a coffee cup and had a spilled blue ink on here. I do see some security threads that run through it as well. And a watermark right there that you don't see at first. Another watermark here maybe. If that's watermark, it looks like a mountain. Another banknote with rubles. This one has a moose on it, and we're going to have more Belarus from 1992. Probably another one from Belarus. This one has a bear. Worth 50 from the same series as the last one. This one's rather new. It says Series 2019 at the bottom. And I know I saw something like this, but I don't remember yet what country this one is from. Maybe Myanmar? No, Bhutan. 1 Ngultram. And I see kind of an imprint there in the middle. That this one has raised printing on it. So I think that's neat. You can see how the number 1 right there is raised. And and their number system, that's their 1. These, I get these quite often. These are small banknotes from Mongolia. There's 3 of these in the set. I've got the 10 and the 50, which are very similar here, but not the 20, at least. This is another one that's pretty common from China. The 1 Jiao from 1980. From about the same series as the 5. Also from 1980. Next, we have a banknote from the country of Nepal, and they're going to feature Mount Everest on their money. Looks like they have a watermark of some flowers. And this 5 rupees is from 2017. We have another Mongolian note here. Another one that's fairly common. I already have a few of these. This is the one that I think is from Burma or Myanmar. Nope. Another one from Mongolia. And another one from Mongolia. A lot of these look the same, just are different colors. That one's the 5. Looks like we're going to get almost a complete set out of these, although that one doesn't appear to have a watermark. That one was a 20. This one has a, this one must be worth a little bit more because it has the security stripe through it with printing on it. And the watermark, but I don't remember the letters being on the last one. So that one is the 50. Another one I see kind of often is the Indonesia 10 sen and others from this series from 1964. Looks like that was designed in a spirograph. Another one that's been coming up kind of often lately is the Ukraine note with all its blue and yellow. This is the 1 hryvnia. From 2014. Here's some other Indonesian notes from the same series. We've got the 1 and the 5. This one is from the Zimbabwe series that went all the way up to 100 trillion. And so I've got some others from that set in here, and they all on the front have the same stacked rocks or stacked boulders, but they have different scenes on the other side. So this one has an elephant and looks like some kind of waterway dam. The next one looks Chinese, but I don't recognize it yet. I had this one already, but not in an uncirculated condition. Or at least maybe I had this one. This one is from 2016, Un Lempura. I believe this one is the one from Myanmar because they tend to feature this this design on them. This one's going to be the 10 Kiats. This one might be another one from Iraq, showing some form of temple with a value of 25. Now this one's from Egypt, 25 piastres. Here we have another former Soviet country that uses the ruble. I don't recognize the country yet, but this one is from 2007. Interesting how the security stripe that runs through this one is kind of has a holographic reflection, but also kind of a scalloped design that runs through it. Probably some important monument on here, but I do not recognize that country. So I'll definitely have to come back and check that one. This one has a date of 1994 and is another former Soviet, another former Soviet country, and I think the giveaway is the flag on here. But again, I don't remember which country this is. We're back to Venezuela. This is the earlier series because we have a date of 2011. I think they ran from 2007 through 2017. But we have the security stripe again. You can actually see 100 on the stripe in BCV if you hold it the right way. With the Simon Bolivar on that side and a couple of birds. Cardinalitos, maybe that's cardinals, although that doesn't really look like an American red cardinal. And then we have from hyperinflation the 500, but that's kind of a trippy security thread. Look at that, how it... I'd like to see a banknote made out of that, just all the way through it. But this is the 500 from 2017. And the portrait is of Francisco de Miranda. Toninas is the name of the, well, first I was going to say birds, but obviously not birds. I guess those are dolphins. And then we have the 1000. It has the same interesting design, or similar design, as the last one, where you can see it kind of swirl around through the security stripe. And we've got the armadillo. Then moving on through the hyperinflation, we've got 20,000 from the year 2017. I think they ran out of fun things to do on the stripe, so that one just has some kind of rectangular hologram on it. We've got another one with Simon Bolivar. I was wondering if that was some kind of braille. I've seen those on others, but it doesn't feel raised or anything like that. The animals on here, we have the what I figured might be the cardinals earlier. Now we're going to move on to Malawi with 20 kwacha. This one has a date of 2016. And featuring a training college, a teacher's training college. From Zambia, we have 2 kwacha. Featuring an eagle. But I don't see a date on that one. Now another former Soviet country with 20 rubles. And this one's going to be Belarus again. Year of 2000. Hrvatska is Croatia. And a lot of the Croatian money features this person, Ruder Boskovic. Must have been a mathematician. Then featuring a church on the back. This one has a date of 1991. Then another former Soviet country with 200, and I forget which country this is, but their currency is called I believe that's, the M is pronounced like an N, so that would be pronounced like sin, and that's from 1997. And whatever that is, you don't see it every day. Back to Venezuela, we've got 2 bolivars. We're back to the neat, trippy security note that goes through it. This one is from the 2018 series, featuring Josefa Camejo. Then the animal on the back is another bird. Can't really read that one. There's a watermark of Bolivar, I believe. And then we have the 5 from 2011, just a very simple security line that goes through it, We've seen him before, and then we've seen the armadillos before. And then we have one from Yugoslavia. This one is 1,000 dinar from 1978. They changed their money very many times over the last 20 years or so of their existence. And I think for a lot of theirs, they don't represent a specific individual on a lot of their pictures. And then a newer banknote will be the 500 dinara. This one is from 1990. Watermark of the same boy that's on it. And then here is the 50. And the 50 has a date of 1999, I think. No, that's 1990. But features a rose. And then our last note, also from Yugoslavia, we've got the 500 dinara. Now, there were some Yugoslavian banknotes featuring Nikola Tesla, which is my personal favorite one from Yugoslavia, but all these that don't depict any particular person are not quite as exciting. We have the watermark of the same boy on there. Flip it over and we've got a nice mountain scene. This one is from 1992, so the newest one of these. All right, at this point I'm going to pause the video and see if there's anything that I need to look up from the ones that we've gone through. All right, so there are a few I wanted to look up. This first one is from China and from 1953. It is a 1 fen note, so about as low value as they could get. And in uncirculated condition, if this one had a serial number instead of just a couple of Roman numerals, it would have a book value of $10. But with just the 2 Roman numerals, this variation in uncirculated condition has a book value of 20 cents, but at least I didn't have it. And I'm not really going to this so I can make a lot of money off of it or have a lot of value. I'm expecting about $13 a fund for, $13 that I paid for this. But as we go through some of these, this one that we looked at earlier is Tajikistan. And there's the Tajikistan flag at the top. And then I said earlier this one was pronounced sen, but it's actually pronounced soon. This one is from Uzbekistan. Now this one had a catalog value of $6 in uncirculated condition. I really don't think that it's worth that. Although they noticed this was a mythological tiger with the sunrise going over it. So maybe the face here is part of the sun and not part of a tiger. But I'm not sure. That's the strangest thing I'll see all day. This one was from the country of Transnistria. And if you've never heard of Transnistria, it's not a country that's officially recognized by a lot of people. They are a country that is part of Moldova that is trying to split away from Moldova. And so a lot of people probably haven't even heard of Moldova, but that was a former Russian, a former Soviet country. And so when I looked it up, the banknote, the stripe that goes through it in the catalog is actually thin, but they did note that there must have been 2 variations of it. And there's also several versions of this bill where they later stamped things right here in this empty space, but not on this one. So I said I might go through and look up the book value on all these. I'm not sure I'm going to do that. If I do it, I'm going to leave it just as a note in the comments. Again, the book value isn't what you could really expect to pay for all these combined. Such as the China one, I just saw someone selling it on eBay for $1. That's how I figured out what it was. I just Googled 1953 truck China banknote, to come up with that one. So I would say at least half of these are new to my collection, so that's good. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with my duplicates. They're not worth much to a lot of people, and I'm not really worth something that is worth selling. So uh, I do think I had enough fun with this one that I'm going to buy one more from this guy, and I'm going to make it a his high-end purchase where he guarantees a book value of a certain amount. And that one is 25 banknotes for $25. So I'm hoping that one comes with a lot of $3 and $4 notes. I keep hoping for finding polymer money and something like this, but it really hasn't happened yet. All right, usually I make videos about foreign coins on this channel, so thanks for watching. Bye.